This show is part of the HeadStuff podcast network.
Hi, I'm Gerard Farrelly.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agonyrants.
It's the show that heals your life because a comedian and a Eurovision winner took a bit of an interest, or at least read an email.
So catchy, Niamh.
I
I love what you've done. I love what you've done.
See how I judge that up?
Yeah.
Mainly because you always get in before me and I never get a chance. I only have to respond.
It's a comedian and a Eurovision winner have shown an interest.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
It's why?
Because I've been so good posting every day.
Yeah, Niamh, I have to say I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
I loved your first video.
I know. It's so sweet.
It's so sweet.
I know. I went downhill after that, but it was lovely. It was in French as well. I hope you realise that, you know, there's a lot of different languages.
That's the touch of class that you get when you follow at Niamh Kavanagh 93 on Instagram.
That'd be me.
For her Eurovision song a day until the 15th of May.
I know. I'm going to have to go and lie in a darkened room after that. Unless people really get into it. And if they get really super into it, you never know. I might continue it on to present day.
You're dead right.
How amazing would that be?
Don't commit to anything.
Nothing.
Niamh.
Nothing.
There's an end date on this.
Nothing. Not until they subscribe.
She'll actually disappear. She'll actually disappear and never be seen again.
No. I'm really enjoying it now.
Yeah. We need more now. We need photographs of dinners.
Okay.
Know.
Dinners.
Yeah,
no.
you name it. You know, like you do a good cheesecake.
Well, you know, I'm Caminoing as well, so there'll be lots of posters about that and stuff, you know. I may actually do some of the songs on it.
Don't know, Niamh.
What?
The Camino, it's a lot of punishment.
No, it isn't. It's amazing.
I don't know. Well, listen, we wish you all the very best with it.
I'll never be doing that job with, you know, there'll be many things Gerard and I'll be paid to do together, but not that.
Not the Camino. You must be joking. I've been on a hike with you. We hiked 1.2 kilometres. And on the telly, they made it look like we hiked 10 kilometres. And I swear to God, I was close to suicidal by the end of it.
Yeah, but to be fair, your boots fell apart from 1.2 kilometres of walk.
We spent most of it under this fallen boulder, which they said at some point is going to smash to the ground and kill everything underneath it. But for some reason, we were hanging around underneath for 40 minutes.
I know, but actually, I thought that would have been right up your street, have been that kind of thing. Because quite frankly, a 10-kilometre hike that looks like it's a 10-kilometre hike done in 1.2 kilometres is right up your street, I thought.
No.
No, you don't want to hike at all.
No, it's not. It's the 1.2 kilometres. If it's just 1.2 kilometres done all together, but this was 10 kilometres done over the amount of time it takes to do about 20 kilometres.
I know. It's the joy of filming. It's the joy of filming.
The joy of show business.
Yeah.
Niamh, I'm absolutely up the walls this
What's
week.
wrong? What's wrong?
I'm demented.
What's wrong?
Because my tour is coming to an end.
I'm glad I got in then. Because you know, I surprised him in Belfast.
Niamh surprised me in Belfast.
I did.
Right?
I brought loads of me mates.
You did, yeah. I have to say now, Niamh, and I was surprised you bought your tickets.
I did. I always buy me tickets.
Now, I mean, I have to say, like I did say I would give you tickets anytime.
I know.
But I'd be honest with you, I'd have put a limit on it at 6. I was said, Niamh, I can do 2.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I would never. I like to buy tickets.
Niamh, I'd give you free tickets anytime.
When you're in the O2, now I want all the tickets, but
the O2 would be lovely, wouldn't it?
I want a box.
I'd love to do the O2.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be some fee.
That would be some fee. And you would better be flying me over for that.
Mm. Oh, Niamh, listen.
You know.
It'd be a helicopter.
Oh.
they drop a rope ladder in Carrickfergus.
You're not selling it to me here. I'm not going to lie. You know something.
You have to pay every time they land, Niamh. I'm sorry.
I'll be honest. If a helicopter comes over the back garden and throws a ladder down, I'm not going up it until I know why I'm going up it.
Do you know what? I don't believe that for a second.
I know you're right.
I don't believe for you would be sitting in your kitchen with your husband like, there's a rope ladder in the garden going up to a helicopter, and he'd say, go out there and go up and see what they want, and up you'd go.
I would. I'm worse than Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But Niamh, I'm demented, right?
All right, tell me.
Because my tour is ending.
Okay.
Now, not for a while.
Okay, how long? Because I'm nearly sure I saw some dates later on this year.
No, it ends in January, right? But that's ending, right?
Okay.
So that's the finite date. There's no more. Like, that's it. Glamour hammer knocked on the head.
Oh,
right?
okay. But that's because you have to do a different tour.
I know. But you see, here's my thing. Whenever I finish a tour, I'm like Cher. I'm always like, well, that's that. I'll
I've
never write
retired.
another show.
I've
Game
retired.
over. Enough is enough, right?
Okay, like
Because
Donald Trump then.
Yeah. No, because I always think, oh, I'll never write another show.
Why?
Well, because I haven't written one. But then what happens is you start writing, and then obviously you just go, oh, yeah, I've got a show. I'm going to go on tour.
Well, you need a deadline. That's the problem.
I do, I do. But
So
at the moment, I'm at that point where it's like, okay, well, I'll be a comedian up until the end of January, and then I'm saying that's it.
And then have you got things in place then for this new job you're going to have?
You see, that's my problem.
Or am I involved in this?
No.
Are we starting the podcast tour? Because I'd love that.
Well, now, interestingly enough. Interesting.
You never said.
No, we're not. Like,
Oh, okay.
But interesting enough, I think that we could potentially do some live dates. but we'd have to get our numbers up because it's not us that decide that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
HeadStuff.
It's true. It's true.
So they have to be like, oh yeah, now this is doing, because apparently the way it works is, right, live dates is like a percentage of your audience.
Oh, okay.
Your
So,
audience has to be a certain,
yeah.
I mean, they say that to me, but they just don't want to do any work.
I
I've said it. I've been very clear. I mean, you see me, I go up there when I knock over the litter bin.
I know. It's just as...
Nobody listens to me.
I know. I was just going to say, just as well they're not listening to us here either.
But if you did want live dates, if that's something the general public were interested in, well, then they just need to tell other
Yeah,
people
we
about
need
us.
to get our numbers up a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
bit,
It's
yeah.
true.
But anyway,
Either that or win the lottery.
so this is my plan when I'm washed up. Right? When it's all over, game over.
Okay.
I think I'm going to start doing my piano exams. Because I reckon I could just be an old gay piano teacher.
Wow. Yeah, you could.
Wow, Niamh. It's been really great to talk to you. It's been a wonderful episode.
What?
I'll tell you why, right? I was thinking about this during the week.
I'm thinking of all the gifts that you bring to the table here, and that's where you're going.
Well, I was thinking, like, do you know what? I'm not going to go back and be a programmer.
Surely you're going to, ghostwrite my autobiography.
Niamh.
It's not. I suppose it's not an autobiography if you're ghostwriting, but you know what I mean.
Ghostwrite your
Biography.
Why don't you get a book out?
Well, I know.
I'll ghostwrite your autobiography.
Oh,
No problem, Niamh.
well,
We just talk money. But I'll ghostwrite your autobiography.
I'd be nervous of that. Recollections may vary, as they say.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Niamh. I will be playing a much bigger part in your life now than you might be comfortable with.
Okay.
But, so, this is what I think I'm going to do.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go and hammer away and do my piano exams. Because I
Okay.
gave up the piano, right?
How many exams have you got?
Not as many as I should have.
Because you
I'll
have
tell
to.
you what happened.
You have to go to grade 8 to teach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of performance anxiety.
Okay, this reminds me of a conversation I had with my kids when they say that they want to go to Australia, and I say, how much money have you got? And they say a $5, but they don't tell me for half an hour. You know what I mean? What grade are you doing?
Well, I left piano when I failed grade 3.
Okay.
So quite a way to go.
Okay.
Quite a way to go. I'll tell you what happened, right? I'm glad I have a podcast and I can finally get this story out there.
Come on.
I went in to do my grade 3, right? Now, I used to be very nervous. Like I was.
You say that like I wouldn't expect that.
Like I was a nervous wreck. Right?
Okay.
Because our piano teacher used to always say, now make sure that when you go into the waiting room, you practice on the practice piano, because the practice piano in the waiting room.
Oh, yeah.
But I was always too nervous.
Okay. Because
Right,
you were
so I
feared
could
they
never
might
do
hear
it.
you.
Yeah, I was just like, and then there was all these other little prissy,
Okay.
little,
The ones.
like a little 6-year-old going into grade 7. And
Yeah.
a little bastard.
I know. Cheeky.
Yeah, so I was always just like, no, I'll just go in and que sera.
Sarah.
Okay. So what happened was I went in to my grade 3 and she said, what pieces are you going to be playing for me? And I said, I'm going to do the Jig and D. Right? Because see, that's the problem with piano when you're doing grades. You can only play shit stuff.
I know.
Like you go to a party and there'll be somebody playing American Pie on the guitar.
Yeah, but
And then
everybody
it's like,
plays that.
I don't want to hear like a bar carol. Like your grand, actually. So anyway, I had a terrible repertoire.
Okay.
Right? So went in, I said, this is what I'm going to play. And she went, oh, okay. So I sat down, played my first piece. Grand. sweated through it. Second piece, sweated through it. Third piece, sweated through it. Right? And then at the end you do like 3 pieces, and then you've got to do like
Whatever.
ear tests and sight reading, where they put a piece in front of you that you have a crack. Scales, all that. Went through all of that, right? And then she said, "Oh, thank you very much. Off you fuck." Right?
Okay.
Out I went.
Seems a little informal.
It was the Academy of Music. The Associated Board, I think, were a little bit more formal.
Okay.
So, then a couple of weeks later, I got my results of the exam.
Right.
And that walking bastard of a woman failed me in all 3 pieces.
Because
they were out of date. They had gone out of date the previous week.
Oh my.
A year's work down the jacks.
Who was teaching you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was her fault.
To be fair, it's their responsibility.
Well, yeah, apparently at the time, there was loads of flexibility around.
Clearly not in that room.
The dates, but not in that room.
Not in that room.
So I did, like, even though
Did you appeal it?
Oh, I did. I appealed. I wrote a strongly worded to the Academy.
You?
I did, absolutely.
Yeah.
I quoted all the legislation. As younger Road did quite regularly.
Actually,
threatened them with me barrister. The usual things that any 11-year-old would do.
That's absolutely right. I imagine you did it with great vigour and vim.
I absolutely did, Niamh.
And integrity.
And they sent me a letter back just going, "I'm sorry, Mr.
Tough
Ferrari."
titties.
Tough titties. Tough titties, grade 2.
But you're going to address that now.
So I think what I'm going to do is, because I started grade 5.
Yeah.
But I gave up because I was just like, no.
So do you want to do them all? Are you going to
I think I might go back and do my grade 5 and
see if that takes?
Yeah, and then I'll be like a piano teacher when I'm
No,
old.
8. You have to go to 8.
No, but like when I'm older.
Yeah.
Like hopefully I'll have.
Do you think you want to do it anyway? Do you think that's it? It's not necessarily about the comedy thing.
About how my careers are
I can't ever see a time when you won't be doing what you're doing. Just like you don't see a time when I'm not doing my thing.
I know? But I get nervous about it. So I feel like if I'm working away playing the piano, I'll be
growed. You get nervous if we go in to do a fucking interview and we come out afterwards and your nerves are shot and you never want to do it again.
I know. Yeah,
you say that every single time.
I hate interviews.
So
I hate them.
You go through that,
Yeah, I know, I do. I mean,
it's a life cycle for you.
Yeah, I live on my nerve.
But I think it works well for you. I think it spurs you on.
I mean, you'll be dead by 45, but because see, here's the thing, right?
But did you not do it like some sort of course during COVID as a just in case?
I know, I did it just in case as a pro, but it's so boring. It's just so boring. Like, I mean, I can't tell you how boring it is.
I know, but those music tests, they're kind of difficult. When I did singing, I did the bel canto singing when I was in my teens, right? Oh, yeah. And then, the way for your leaving cert, if you're doing music, did you do music for leaving cert?
No.
Okay. So,
I did it for my junior cert.
Yeah, well, I did
but
too.
I had to get a petition up. Because we did it for first year and second year, and
there wasn't enough people.
They dropped it for third year.
Yeah, there wasn't enough people.
So I went ballistic.
Yeah, no. Well, there was about 4 people doing it in my school, so we actually had to do our lessons outside. Ooh. So we didn't really do music in school, but we took it as an extra subject. So the funny part of this is, right, that I wanted to do singing as my piece, as my, the way you can do you
have to do a performance for your leaving,
or or a thing, or else you have to do a project. So in others, if you don't have an instrument, you have to go do a project. So I went and said, actually, I want to do singing because I was quite good at it at the time, and I could sight read beautifully and do all the right things. I knew all about the music and all because that's how I learned. And because I hadn't done the actual grades,
for singing,
yeah. They, because I didn't really go up the formal route as such of that. They said, well, you need to be grade 5 or something before that.
Oh, Nate. You should have said, give me a C, Mustang Sally.
Well,
see at the end.
Here's what happened, right? Because we put in the petition and we said whatever. And they said, you must be this grade before you do it. And so I waited a long time for them to tell me whether I was allowed to do it or not. I went and got graded, as in tested, right? and they leveled me. I was about level 7 or 8 in my abilities, sight reading, everything.
Of course you were.
But they wouldn't, because I hadn't gone up the grades, they wouldn't let me do it. So I had to go and feckin' do a project for the last 3 months of my leaving cert.
Niamh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know what? When you did the reprise in Mill Street, 1993, you should have ended and you said, just like to take a moment
to have a word.
To talk to the Department of Education. Who was the Minister for Education at the time?
Couldn't remember.
I'd have been rapping on our door Monday morning.
Didn't matter.
Niamh,
What?
we have a follow-up.
Give us a follow-up. I love these follow-ups. People are really embracing it, isn't it? Excellent.
This is from Michelle, and Michelle says, well, your pod with Niamh, only found it last week and I am on episode 40.
What?
Like 40 hours in 1 week. Fair play to you, Michelle.
Jeez, Michelle.
What I've noticed is that you're starting to slowly either morph into each other or your personalities are switching.
We have that Freaky Friday thing going
it's
on.
my edge. You know, I'm losing my edge,
You're
Niamh.
not
That's
losing
what
your
it is.
edge. I'm
At the
just giving you a bit of
start,
sense.
Niamh was pure sense and outraged by your advice. Oh no, it's actually you're losing the absolute run of yourself. Niamh is absolutely deranged. You are clearly now the sensible one, with Niamh showing her mischievous personality. It clicked in the episode Revenge for me. I can't believe we called an episode Revenge. Love, love, love how the two of you laugh so much. I'm always smiling.
Well,
That's from
Michelle.
That's so sweet. Thanks, Michelle.
It's very true.
There you go, Niamh. The wheels are coming off.
I know. We're rubbing off each other. Deep down, I might have been on my best behaviour for a while.
Another year of this and they just won't.
Oh my
They won't
gosh.
even know who won the Eurovision.
I know. It'd be like,
I'd say it's very clear who won the Eurovision.
very clear.
Sonia.
Yeah.
Attention, agonyrants listeners. I am on tour at the moment with my Glamour Hammer tour and I will be all around the country until the end of the year. This month I've got shows in Drogheda and Glore in Ennis. At the Crescent Concert Hall in Drogheda, and we would love to see you there.
Oh yeah, we really love it.
And there's loads of space in both of those, by the way. I mean, everything in March was sold out.
Well,
April,
have
it's a
faith.
different story. So this month I will be in Ennis. Wexford is sold out. Listowel sold out. But I will be in Newcastle in the UK. And there's a handful of tickets left for that. And I'm also in Ongrianon in Letterkenny.
Oh, it's a lovely theatre, that one.
It's lovely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
like
again, lots of space.
Very comfortable seats and everything.
Very comfortable. You'll be able to stretch out. You can get tickets by going to my website, garotbarley.com, or going through the link in my bio. See you there.
Bye.
We are pausing for a moment to remind you that Agony Rants is part of the HeadStuff podcast network. If you're enjoying the show and you would like to support us, you can join HeadStuff Plus. You can pledge as little as €5 a month, which goes towards keeping us on the air. And if you want to pledge more, you absolutely can. We would love to have it. We will have bonus content news in the next season, and we do have some very exciting things coming with bonus content. So season 2, when we start, we'll have lots of news. And it's exciting. In return for your support on HeadStuff Plus, we will give you access to special bonus content from us and all of the other shows on the HeadStuff Podcast Network, including this one that we're cross-promoting this week. It's called Fireside. This is a mythology podcast. In this show, Kevin, your fireside bard, takes a story from folklore or mythology and gives it a fresh retelling and discusses the story itself and the craft, culture and history of storytelling. Whether you're a folklore fanatic or someone that just enjoys hearing a good yarn, you can always join Kevin by the fireside.
Fireside is the Irish storytelling podcast. Every week you'll hear tales of mythic Irish gods, Arthurian knights or Norse Vikings. There is folklore from Ireland and around the world, and even historical legends like Brian Boru and Gráinne Whale. Whether from poetry or prose, lyric or legend, if there is a good story at the heart of it, you'll find it here. I'm Kevin C. O'Lahan. I'm your host and fireside bard. With over 150 episodes and rising, there has never been a better time to join us by the fireside.
Niamh, we have a problem.
Oh I love a problem. Come on.
Dear Niamh and Gearóid, congratulations on 70 episodes of Agonyrants.
Okay.
76 now. It is my favourite 40 minutes of the week. I wish the episodes were longer. I could listen all day. Well. Interesting you should say that.
I know, there may be
a little
content.
something on the way. I'm going through a rough patch at the moment. My job is stressful, but I manage it well, usually. Some people have left and work is being dumped on me and it has to get done. I have also been having problems in my relationship. My partner's father is unwell and it is taking its toll. Last but not least, I lost some weight and was feeling good about myself, and I can feel the scales starting to inch back up, and it is upsetting. I feel a little bit like I'm losing my grip a little bit. I know that this too shall pass, but I'd appreciate some of your kind words and wisdom. Much love, Kathy.
Kathy. It's me, I got thee, I'm come home now.
Well, if that hasn't made your day,
I know,
Kathy,
sorry.
I
A little bit of Kate Bush.
A little bit of Kate Bush.
I know. Kathy, I completely understand that you feel overwhelmed.
Yeah. Completely overwhelmed.
And
can I just add to that?
Yeah.
Overwhelmed and overworked.
Oh, well, we're going to get on this soapbox because this is the thing.
Yeah.
This happens in lots of places, and just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
Exactly.
We have covered this, have we?
We have covered this because this is really common, and I'll tell you when this started in the pandemic.
It did.
When companies we just out of the goodness of our hearts invited them back into our houses,
yes,
onto our broadband,
yeah,
to keep their businesses alive, and yes, to keep us in work,
yes,
but also to keep their businesses alive. With all of this now, everyone's to be back in the office. It's like, well, I'm sorry, they've moved the goalposts here. I have zero sympathy for companies that have very short-sighted memories.
Well, the other thing here is the more you take on, the more they'll give you. I cannot urge you enough for you to say, is that in my job description? I can't do everything. It's okay to say that. And it's not just okay to say it. It is essential you say it. Because
Absolutely.
They will be quite happy to save the money and to put the crap on you, but you're going to end up sick.
It's not big news to these people.
No.
That you are doing all the work. They know people have left.
Yeah.
In your section. They are now sending the work to a different place. Everything is still getting done. They know that there's a pinch point, and they should be addressing it.
But they won't address it until it becomes the thing.
Exactly.
And the problem with that is you constantly absorbing it and filling every shift or doing all the things or going beyond that absolutely and utterly has to stop.
It's very hard to leave your work
Yeah.
behind. And
No,
I know,
it is.
and it's also very hard to go, I'm drawing a line here, and everything onto that line is not getting done. I understand, like, you're talking to a comedian and a musician here. So well, it's very easy for us to say, you know, draw a line under it and don't do any more.
Yeah, but we also don't do it ourselves. You're going to reach a point where you're going to be very unhappy, and actually it's already starting to leak into other parts of your life which are already stressful.
Exactly. You're going through a stressful time at the moment with your father-in-law. So I think what you need to do is you need to just start taking, like, you need to take stuff away.
You need
take
to
stuff off the pile here.
Of yourself.
And I mean, I think you're perfectly within your rights to go to a doctor and go, I'm under stress. And don't do that thing, because this is the thing that always happens. I'll just tell them you've got a virus and write you out for a week, right? Don't let them do that. If you're stressed in work,
make sure they tell
that's
you.
on the medical certificate, you're stressed and you're taking a week off for stress. Let the people know the problem, the actual problem.
For sure.
You need to bring somebody into a room, and sit them down and say, I'm overworked. I'm going beyond the call here. I don't feel like there's any support.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And if they don't listen to you, Kathy,
oh dear,
the second time you bring them into a room, what to do is you just pour a can of diesel all around the room and just sit there with a lighter and say, as you can see, I'm
fidget
under
with a
lot
lighter.
of stress.
Fidget with one of those, Zippo.
And if there's anything you can do to lessen that, I would really appreciate it. Because the other thing that's happening as well is your father-in-law is sick. Now, that's not your father.
No.
Right?
However.
So that's not going to, it's probably not going to carry as much weight as it would in your job.
I agree, yeah.
But
it's still part
there
of your
is an
family.
expectation on you in that situation that you have to give extra time to support your partner.
It's less
It's the
support
ripple
for you.
effect.
It's quite difficult. And it's stressful when all that's happening. And then you're putting extra guilt on yourself because you've lost weight and now you feel yourself going back up. And that's that shame spiral we all go on. Believe me, I've been on that road many times.
But if you're spending all that time at a desk,
yeah. What's the chances?
What other way is it going to be? You're not getting out there to feel the endorphins that you were getting when you were
Yeah, but there's only one way this is going to end, right? If nothing changes here.
You're going to fall down dead, Cathy.
No.
And do you know what the sad part about this is? The sad reality of this is if you fall down dead in work, and this is true for any job, if you fall down dead,
what happens?
there'll be a day where they'll be like, oh, isn't it very sad Gerald's dead? And then they'll come in the next day and they'll go, okay, now we need to divide up his work. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? And everything just continues.
Yeah, but we act like as if, they can't continue without them.
How could they possibly?
I know.
I think what you need to do is you need to start informing people how much you're doing.
More importantly, you need to start looking after yourself.
Exactly.
Shelve the weight thing and say one thing at a time. You're within your rights to say, I'm doing more than my job here. What are you going to do about it?
You made a point there about not getting, shelve the weight thing.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, right, is if you want to go for a 10-mile walk every day,
You should do it.
you should have the time to do it.
Yeah, you
and
should.
Everybody that has a job and has a personal life and even has stuff going on in their personal life should have time to do that. Whether you use that time to do a 10-mile walk or to sit in the bath and have a glass of wine and a bar of chocolate.
It's nobody's business.
That is nobody's business but yours. So, but the fact of the matter is that you're not getting the time.
You should
to
look at your
after yourself
contract.
in this.
You shouldn't have to do 2 or 3 people's jobs, even if
Absolutely
you can.
not.
Even if you can. Do the job in front of you. Deal with one thing at a time. And shelve the weight thing. Actually, it will sort itself once you get rid of the stress.
And don't think you have to be reasonable about all of this.
No.
See, this is the thing that annoys me. It's perfectly acceptable to go up to somebody in work and go,
What the feck?
what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, you've just dumped something else on me. Like, when am I getting this done? And the thing about it is, she says she feels like she's losing her grip. She actually isn't losing her grip.
No, you're very aware. And
Because-
that's really impressive, Kathy.
I think actually, even in writing this letter, what you've done is you've established your grip
Yeah.
a little bit because you know what the problems are. You're being overworked in work.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're being overworked in work, you don't have time to deal with the problem in your relationship, to help your partner, and to do the bit of fitness stuff that she was doing.
Yeah, and actually, the fitness stuff is not just about weight. It's about self-esteem. It's about confidence. It's also about mental.
It's about headspace.
It is.
It's just like I'm doing this one thing for myself after a day of stress.
Because everything you talk about is for other people,
Yes.
not for you. So you need to be doing stuff for yourself, Kathy. I strongly urge you to figure that out because I think you will do it, and I'm feeling very confident for Kathy.
I feel like there's going to be like a. We'll hear about a fire in the financial district in Dublin. Like, well done, Kathy.
Come on, Kathy,
Never
bring it on.
listening.
Bring it on.
Niamh, we have another problem.
Yes, we do. Hello. I'm in a panic. You have to help me. So I got married to my husband 3 years ago. He has 2 sisters. 2 of them are fine. What? And we see each other regularly. But there's another psycho. Okay, so there must be 3 sisters or else there's 2 sisters and then one of them is fine. Okay?
Okay. Either way, there's an absolute looper in the
It's
middle
the
of it.
psycho we're going to discuss. I'm nearly sure. It's not going to be the ones who are fine anyway. So, but there is another psycho who lives in Australia. She always seemed fine, but she seemed a bit annoyed that we were getting married because she wasn't coming home for it. Like she actually thought we should be waiting until she planned a visit. It was our wedding and she got plenty of notice. She could have planned a trip if she wanted, but she didn't. Anyway, in a weak moment, I agreed we would go out to visit them for our first Christmas as a married couple. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just thought Australia sounds good. Bit of a summer in December. How bad can it be? Well, as it happens, it was very bad. She was an absolute cow to us the whole time we were there. The first night she had to go The first night she had a go about missing the wedding. Then she and her husband argued for literally the whole time we were there. On Christmas Day, they didn't lift a finger. We ended up going to a hotel to have an awful Christmas dinner and paid nearly €200 each for it. Oh, Jesus. It was so weird. And we were there for nearly 3 weeks. Never again. So I haven't spoken to her since. There's a shocker. But my husband has just been talking to her and she's dropped that she is coming home this Christmas and assumes that she will be staying with us.
Did she indeed?
She is in our hoop. I love that. She is in our hoop. Luckily, me and the husband are on the same page about that, but he doesn't want to tell her. What do I do? Grode, I think you're going to need to come round for your tough love. By the way, I saw you in Vicar Street. Absolutely gas. It was so much fun. I'm going to book again for September. Love you too, Niamh. Thanks. Looking forward to the advice and thanks for the laughs. Anon. She is in our hoop.
Anon. This is
Class. Come on, it's class.
This is awful.
It's actually not untypical.
But it's just like,
No.
I know. Do you know what? Do you know what the sad part of it is? In the limited information she's given us, which when you read through it, it's quite limited.
Yeah.
Yet you can paint a picture, a 3D picture of that horrible yoke out in Australia.
Anyway.
Thing that I don't like most about this
Okay.
is that she somehow kept her powder dry long enough to get you out to Australia for Christmas. And I can understand that it seemed like a nice thing. It was like, oh, well, I'm missing your wedding, so come out to us for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you kind of then got hoodwinked into going out to Australia to have her throw a rattler out of the pram.
I
for
know
3
it
weeks.
seems very petty. I'm not going to lie, but if you're that petty, that's what's going to happen.
And now she wants to screw up another Christmas.
I know. It's just so wrong. Like,
Not a chance.
So wrong.
Do you know what this is? This is someone that doesn't understand consequences.
It's simple.
She ruined your first Christmas together.
Mm.
And now she thinks, well, yeah, that's all. We had a great time. Let's do it all again. No, absolutely not. And I think that you need to be firm. Like, first of all, because this can happen. This can happen because what your husband could be saying right now, even as I speak, you could be saying, oh, look, that's just her. You have to understand. She's a bit of a...
My God.
It's like, no. I don't need to understand.
I married you, not that.
Exactly.
Hot mess.
And if that thinks she's coming and sulking in our spare bedroom for 3 weeks at Christmas, she's another thing coming. She can stay in a hotel. And I don't even think you owe her an explanation.
No.
I think it's just, I'm sorry, that's not going to work for us.
Yeah, but I think the big issue here is, right, they're on the same page, but he ain't the one telling her. So he wants her to be the bad guy here.
Well, be the bad guy. She's out in Australia. You're only going to have one conversation with her a year.
I'm going to tell you that's going to come between you and your husband if he doesn't step up.
Yes.
It is really important that he understands who the core family is, because I'm not saying that you shouldn't love your extended family, because I absolutely adore my extended family, as they know. But I'm going to tell you that when you create a family of your own, that's your core family. And the thing is, if he chooses to let you take that on the chin over your family,
that's not fair.
That's not fair. You can blame it on me if I'm never going to see them again.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But there's something else going on here.
Yeah.
And there's no mention of parents.
Yeah.
There's no mention of parents, right? But so obviously it's not an option to stay with them. Okay? But also there's 2 other sisters there.
Or at least one other.
At least one other. That have clearly just stepped away from the grenade.
Yeah.
So they haven't done that for no reason.
No.
If you do this, if you haven't put up with all the crap last year, if you say, yeah, come on over and ruin another one, you need to accept that you are going to be the patsies
forever. Maybe if they're coming home for a couple of weeks, they can move them around a bit, whatever. The thing is, these people are coming home. They're still family, right? That's tough.
Yeah.
But your husband has to be very clear.
Yeah. Like, whatever you do,
and she won't take it.
Shared. The burden, and it's a big burden by the sound of it, needs to be shared among you equally.
Yeah.
And what I would say, and maybe it's that I mean, that's a lot of money, but maybe it's you all club in and like put her up somewhere.
And make her put in for it as well.
Yeah. But I think what you don't want to do is establish
3 weeks of your life dead.
Yeah, well, establish two patterns here. One, that every time she comes home, she's going to stay with you, which, look, I get it. If your family that's left behind, that's the way it works. When people come home, they have to stay somewhere. But it shouldn't always be you. And also, secondly, and I think this is the most important one, is that she can behave whatever way she wants, and it's all just accepted. Like, if she screwed up your Christmas last year, if she was horrible to be around, there's a consequence to that.
Yeah.
If you went home feeling, well, that was a wasted 3 weeks of my life, you ruined my first Christmas with my husband, she shouldn't be in a position to...
Did you ever have a conversation with her about it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's worth doing. And I definitely
And
think
more importantly, you shouldn't be the one having that conversation.
it should be the brother. Your husband, he should be saying things like, do you remember what happened last Christmas?
Yeah. Why?
Were you there? Why would I expect my wife
To go through
to
that?
put up with all this again?
Yeah.
Like, I think that they're very fair comments to make. Now,
Also,
none
if
of
it's
that
come to
works-
this stage, she's been like that for a long time.
Oh, this is not her first rodeo.
No, exactly. So, in other words, the brother and sister already know that. So now they're looking for somebody to just deflect it.
I would say, right, the one thing, and I've done this before, get a snake. No, I don't mean a real snake.
What are you talking about?
I mean, get yourself a theoretical snake. I've done this. When my next door neighbour's apartment was being sold, I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of
I
this.
can't believe you did it.
But if there were people
But you didn't fancy.
that we didn't fancy,
Did you bring a snake out?
no.
You told them
we
you
would
had a
do,
snake.
we would have the door open. Because we always have the door open to see who's looking.
Hissing.
And
Surely
if they
boots
seemed
alone.
a bit rough around the edges, or if they seemed like there could be trouble here, or if they'd kids. What we would say is, did you feed the snake? And you'd see it in their eyes. You see them looking a little bit shocked. The first time that happened, I was like, oh God, please don't tell me I'm going to be living next to these people. And my partner just happened to shout, did you feed Boots? And while looking at them, I said, she's your snake, you feed her. It just happened just like that. And I went, oh my God, this works. Because you could see it in their face. They were like, not a hope.
You're very...
Theoretical snake.
You're like an onion. You're very layered.
I'm a very complicated human
There's
being.
layers to you.
Very complicated.
Layers to you.
But layered, but also, it's like pass the parcel, Niamh. And it's like pass the parcel for this pathetic generation where there's a prize in every wrapper.
Oh,
You're welcome.
thank you.
You're
I'm so
welcome, mate.
excited about it.
So just tell me you've got a great big boa constrictor in the house.
Oh my God. So direct it at the person who deserves it. First of all, your husband.
Yes.
And second of all, the want of a psycho coming over. Don't be having that.
Exactly. Now, the other thing, right?
Oh, what's the other thing?
Which I think we have to address, even though it's not my favourite point in
Okay.
all of this.
Okay.
Maybe did you not give her enough time to get money together to come home for her brother's wedding?
It's
Right?
possible.
It's possible it happens. I'm not saying that should be a consideration. Right?
Sometimes people act up if they feel guilty about something. So in other words, if she felt bad about not being able to get home, she gets all that's just the way she gets on.
Yeah, but you know what?
But you know what? We're giving her a lot here.
We're giving her a lot of credit. I mean, that's what, like, to be honest with you, it's one
Because I always
conversation.
like to have two sides of the story, but realistically, there is no two sides of the story.
Like, it's one conversation where you
Yeah.
kind of go, I was raging. I'd
Yeah.
love to have been there.
Yeah.
But I understand you clearly want to get married quickly.
Yeah.
Or, it's a conversation that's a bit eggy, and then you leave it and you enjoy your 3 weeks in Australia.
Yeah, I know.
It's not somebody acting like an absolute looper.
Well, it doesn't sound good, but it also might be that's the way they spend their Christmases. They don't realise that you don't spend your Christmas like that. Maybe that's not how they spend their Christmases. Maybe they felt that what they were going to give you wasn't good enough. Me, if I was going down to Australia, I'd be expecting to have a barbecue on the beach for Christmas Day because that's a thing.
I mean, we didn't even address that. The idea of you, like, going down to Australia and then you're just
You did a good thing. You went to see them.
And then you're just turfed up to a carvery.
But maybe they just don't know how to do all that because nobody ever visits them. I mean, let's be honest. You moved to Australia, nobody's dropping in.
I'll be honest. If nothing else, you have been the canary for the rest of your family.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I know.
We hope it goes well. We want to follow up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would imagine with the energy that's behind what you've written, that this is something you're keen to get resolved in the next couple of weeks.
And you're being very proactive because, you know, this is only beginning of April.
I know.
We're talking about next Christmas.
See, and that's the thing I don't like as well. Because she's kind of going, I'm locking this in early.
Yeah.
And that's another, I think that's another.
It's very passive aggressive.
It's from the playbook of somebody who's an absolute weapon.
Actually, it's not
like,
even
I'm
passive.
locking this early and then I'll behave whatever way I want for the rest of the year. And it's like, oh yeah, but you've said it already. I'm saying it to you.
I'm not, it's not even passive. It's just aggressive.
Yeah, it is. There's nothing passive about it. Well done.
Well, we're behind you 100%. So if you need some help, just, you know,
listen.
ring the road.
Listen, send us the Zoom link. We'd love to be in on this.
Do you think we've helped?
Of course. agonyrants@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. We want your suggestions. We want your stories, your problems.
Your throat lozenges.
I will most certainly be here next time. We're not. Niamh may have passed away quietly, surrounded by well-wishers.
Yeah, that might happen. It might happen.
We'll chat to you then.
Bye.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.